Welcome back to Greg's Preaching Right Division. So, in churches, they'll say you can take and apply the whole Bible. And if you want to do a cross reference on words like righteousness and justification, you can apply the whole Bible. I'll show you, even in the New Testament, you can't apply the whole Bible. In Acts chapter 10, verse 2, it says, it's talking about Cornelius, a devout man, and one that feared God with all his house, which gave much alms to the people and prayed to God always. So Cornelius was a devout man, and he gave much alms to Israel. Acts chapter 10, verse 2. In 22, it says that of the same chapter, they said Cornelius the centurion, a just man, and one that feareth God, and of good report among all the nation of the Jews, was warned from God by an holy angel to send for thee in his house and to hear words of thee. So Cornelius was just because he was giving much alms to Israel. You're not going to be just. You're not going to apply Acts chapter 10 for being just and justified before God. This is an Old Testament justification. So no matter what churches say to you, if you're a Christian, you should be saying, I can't apply everything that's going on in the Bible. I have to apply what's going on to me in my age. And your age for justification and righteousness is through the cross of Jesus Christ. And in the same chapter, verse 35, but in every nation he that feareth him and worketh righteousness is accepted with him. Cornelius was giving much alms to the people, and he was just, and he was working righteousness. This sounds like it's tying in with Philippians chapter 3, where it says, there was a righteousness under law, which is a man's own righteousness, and but when Jesus' righteousness came, our righteousness is as filthy rags, but that's all they had until Jesus died on the cross. Philippians 3:6, concerning zeal, persecuting the church, touching the righteousness which is in the law. There's a righteousness in the law. And verse 9 says, and be found in him. Once Jesus' righteousness comes, Paul said, and be found in him, not having mine own righteousness, which is of the law, that which is through the faith of Christ, the righteousness which is of God by faith. So Cornelius is actually transitioning from his Old Testament righteousness justification to his New Testament righteousness and justification. So no, you can't apply everything the Bible says from Genesis to the end of Revelation. And until Jesus died on the cross. See, things are in part until perfection comes. And there's no perfect salvation until Jesus dies on the cross. And then you can have perfect justification and perfect righteousness. And those which are in part are done away with. See you next time on Greg's Preaching Right Division.